You know, there's a lot that goes into a home sale, including several inspections. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the inspections that are typical and how the language in the contract guides how they are handled. I'm Jana Classy, and my husband Paul and I are realtors here in the Eastern Panhandle. So these are the inspections that you typically see in a home purchase agreement. The first one that happens is usually the home inspection. Then there's the inspection that goes with the appraisal. And finally, the pest inspection and a well and septic inspection if the home's on well and septic. So those are the inspections you'll likely see on a home purchase contract. And the language in the contract specifies who is responsible for each of these inspections. And here's what's most typical. The home inspection. This is an optional inspection, paid for by the buyer. It's highly recommended, but it is optional. And the buyer has the option to void the contract based on this inspection, or he can negotiate repairs with the seller, and that is usually the case, unless the home has some problems that the buyer just can't live with. So the repair of any issues found by the home inspection are negotiable. Could be the buyer will ask for no repairs. Most typical, there will be a request that the seller do some repairs, and all that's negotiable because it's just between the buyer and the seller. The lender is typically not involved in the home inspection. The other inspections, the appraisal, the pest inspection, and the well and septic, any repairs pointed out in those inspections are usually not negotiable if the buyer is using a mortgage lender to buy the house. If it's a cash purchase and there's no lender involved, then it remains just between the buyer and the seller, and then everything's negotiable. The next inspection that happens is the inspection that's part of the appraisal, and that is paid for by either the buyer or the lender. The appraiser will go through the property. He'll pull comparables to determine a value, and he may also cite some issues and recommend repairs. And those repairs are usually not negotiable. The lender will require them to be remedied before approving the loan. So that's the big difference between a home inspection and an appraisal inspection. A home inspection is between buyer and seller. It's optional. The inspection done by the appraiser brings the lender into the picture, who doesn't usually negotiate on something like this. It's either repair the items or don't get the loan. And how strict an appraisal inspection is depends mostly on the type of loan you are getting. The guidelines for a government-backed loan like an FHA or USDA loan are going to be quite a bit more strict than those for a conventional loan. If there's peeling paint, loose rails, missing smoke detectors, then those kind of things will probably be cited by an FHA appraisal. They'll have to be fixed before the lender approves the loan. And the same is true if repairs are recommended from the pest inspection and the well and septic inspection. You know, I thought this would be helpful information because we see lots of buyers and sellers confuse the distinction between the home inspection and the appraisal. They are two different inspections. They have different criteria. So just summing up, the home inspection is paid for by the buyer and repairs are negotiable. The appraisal inspection is paid for by either the buyer or lender, and repairs cited are usually going to be required in order to get the loan. The termite or pest inspection and the well and septic inspection are typically paid for by the seller, but like the appraisal, any recommended repairs will have to be done. Okay, You know, there's just a lot to know and do when you sell or purchase a home. And we've been doing this for a long time and helped lots of people through this process. So if you do need real estate help, give us a shout. I promise you will be in good hands. We're at 304-264-2828. Okay, have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.